The courtroom shook with anticipation, as if by an earthquake, the instant the verdict was announced. The benches were packed to the brim, and while the cameras were excluded, reporters huddled outside could feel the single intake of breath that travelled like a wave through the chamber. The judge's voice sliced through the stillness. Mary Brown and Janelle Brown are hereby granted judgment. Robin's immaculately manicured hands relaxed their hold on the arm of her lawyer. Her face turned pale, eyes frantically searching in Cody's direction, pleading with him for some reassurance. But Cody was frozen, stunned, vacant and speechless, like a man seeing his own kingdom swallowed up by quicksand. But what exactly had the judge actually uncovered? Bear with me, for from now on everything starts to unravel. The judgment was ruthless. The Flagstaff property, worth between $1.2 and $2 million, and other realty Cody had transferred into the name of Robin, were held to be fraudulent conveyances. The court determined the transfers were willful schemes to conceal assets from Mary and Janelle. The estate was ordered to be taken and sold at auction, proceeds to be paid directly into the hands of the two women Cody had attempted to exclude. As reality closed in on her, Robin's breathing became hoarse. She had lost her home, but not only did she lose her house, her financial security too was stripped from her. And if rumours coming in from Mary's lawyer were true, her reputation would soon be next to the chopping block. Robin's descent into despair, however, didn't end at the trial. What occurred 2 weeks later left the whole town agog. Flagstaff neighbours gawked in disbelief as Robin's palace gave its front yard to a moving truck. Hair tied up in messy bun, hoodie tugged low over her face, tears streaming, she stood in the driveway as movers brought out boxes with kitchen, kids' bedrooms, and worst of all, legal documents, do not lose, printed on them. Down the street, murmurs spread like fire. A neighbour growled, "She always thought she was better than us." At the same time, Cody walked behind the movers, kicking stones, his swaggering step replaced by defeat. The swaggering male who had ridden loudly with self-confidence now stood broken. When finally the eviction officer arrived, he ordered Robin to vacate within 4 p.m. Robin, shaking in her voice, cried, "This is unfair." But the officer didn't blink. The court order was not to be disobeyed. As Robin wept, there was another person celebrating just a couple of blocks away. At her newly renovated house, Mary sat with a cup of coffee and read headline after headline. Brown family shock, Robin loses mansion. A message from Janelle flashed onto the screen. "Did you see this?" Mary smiled. "Oh, I saw it." She'd been playing fair play for years as Robin bathed in Cody's affection. Now the shoe was on the other foot, and Mary wasn't keeping it on the down low. Robin's loss, though, cost her more than a house. It shattered something far deeper, within Cody himself. In the weeks that went by, Cody was seen driving around Flagstaff, pulling up in front of restaurants but never going in. He was described by friends as a man with nowhere to go. He quit his job at TLC saying he had to heal, but sources felt that he was too humiliated to return in front of the cameras. When cornered by reporters, his anger snapped. "You think Mary and Janelle won? We all lost. The system is crooked." At its core, Cody realized the truth. Mary and Janelle's hired forensic accountant had developed foolproof evidence of Robin's land scams. Their lawyers fell apart under the weight of irrefutable facts. Sire? And if you thought Robin was on the verge of admitting defeat, then think again, because what she did next surprised even her allies. 2 months later, Robin was seen residing in a tiny rental on the outskirts of town. The pricey closets and manicured lawns were replaced with folding laundry in a tight living room, and Cody surliness in a personal bedroom, anxiety about being able to pay next month's rent. But Robin was far from finished battling. She wrote feverishly at midnight on a legal pad, defamation lawsuit, reveal Mary, find out about Janelle's skeletons, her aim, to flip the story about herself. She even contacted a gossip blogger, providing an exclusive interview. In a matter of moments, headlines screamed, "Robin Brown spills the tea, betrayed by sister wives." She portrayed herself as a victim of envy and spun conspiracy theories. For a short while, it paid off. Social media went into meltdown argument. Some of her fans leapt to her defense. But Mary retaliated back, and here is where Robin's scheme went awry in dramatic fashion. Mary, herself calm and peaceful in a crisp blazer, live-streamed on Instagram. Spearheaded by receipts, she broke down Robin's assertions step by step, even adding text messages to establish Robin was part of concealing the assets. Mary wrapped up the stream with a bitter reality. "I didn't ruin Robin's life. She ruined hers when greed trumped family." The live became viral. Timelines were hijacked by hashtags "Inarsi Mary wins." Robin woke up the next morning to no sympathy, but a blizzard of memes, ridicule videos, and hate messages. Sponsors cut her. Videos of her crying made her an afterthought in the public once again, became viral TikToks. Mary and Janelle prospered, though, businesses expanding, holidays filled, reputations intact better than ever before. Their actual triumph wasn't dollars. It was seeing Robin endure the very public humiliation she believed she never had to experience. And that's the question. Was this the last curtain call for Robin and Cody, or the next act in a family drama that won't quit? The tension inside TLC's offices was heavier than any courtroom. A quiet email titled "Contract Review Urgent" had summoned Cody and Robin to a confidential meeting. The couple sat stiffly as Dana, a sharp-eyed executive unmoved by Cody's usual charm, slid a document across the table, her words cut with precision. Over the past year, viewer sentiment has shifted. "Robin, you've become the most disliked cast member on Sister Wives." Robin's face creased. "That's not true. Mary and Janelle have been lying," she indignantly protested. But Dana cut her off with stark facts. Ratings declined when Robin was on camera. Ratings skyrocketed when she wasn't. Advertisers had taken notice. The decision had been made. TLC was weighing whether to phase her out of the show entirely. And in an instant, the sole stable income left in the Brown family teetered in the balance. Back in the car, Robin sobbed. "They want to get rid of me." Cody's knuckles tightened around the wheel. "If they cut you, I'm done too," he snapped. But deep inside, he knew the harsh truth. Without TLC, their finances were doomed. That evening, desperation pushed Cody to call Dana directly. He pleaded for a deal, but Dana's icy response was clear. "Push too hard and we'll cut the whole package." Days later, TLC's lawyers made Cody a private offer. Continue filming with Mary, Janelle, and Christine, but without Robin. The so-called redemption arc for Cody was, in reality, a test of loyalty. And that left him with a cold choice, to stick with Robin or to save himself. Robin read the contract and shuddered. "So it's me or the show?" Cody hesitated. His silence spoke louder than anything he might have said. At the same time, news of TLC's plan made its way to Mary. She didn't publicly disclose it, but uploaded a cryptic Instagram picture of herself seated on the porch of her bed and breakfast, captioned, "Some things just work themselves out." The comments went crazy right away, as the fans instantly presumed what was happening. As the timeline ticked closer, the anxiety in Robin's rental home spilled over. 2 nights prior to the contract decision, Robin went back and forth in the living room sobbing. "So I was just a prop in your career if you sign this," she demanded. Cody retaliated, "And we'll be bankrupt within 6 months if I don't." The fight concluded with Cody slamming the guest bedroom door, and astounded Robin left in the dark with the frightening realization. She was not battling another wife this time, but the cameras themselves. Decision day morning, Cody sat at the kitchen table, contract in front of him. Robin had breathed softly through puffy eyes. "You don't have to do this," His answer was deadpan. I do. He signed his name with the pen and put it down. Robin drew a sharp breath. You used me for a paycheck. Cody did not lift his eyes. I sold us both out to not eat ramen for a year, he growled. And in 48 hours, the headlines of the news sealed what she was fearing the worst. Cody Brown reconnects with former wives as TLC renews Sister Wives for a new season. The use of former wives spoke volumes. Robin was no longer part of it. TLC's promotional shoot sealed the message. At Mary's Inn, cameras captured Mary and Janelle laughing together over coffee, flipping through photo albums, smiling warmly beside Cody. When asked about working with him again, Mary beamed. It's nice to work with people who appreciate family, Janelle added slyly. We're focusing on the real history, not distractions. Everyone knew who the distraction was. Robin attempted to battle back with an emotional Instagram clip taken in the car. They're rewriting the truth. They're erasing me from the family story. But instead of sympathy, comments were rolling in with popcorn emojis and jokes laughing at her defeat in court. Even her loyal fans were distancing themselves. And when season 5 debuted, TLC made it plain. Upbeat music filled the air as Cody arrived at Mary's Inn, warmly embracing Janelle and Mary. Cut to Robin, alone in her rental car, gazing out of the window. Ratings are sky high. Twitter went crazy with hashtags complimenting Mary and Janelle and mocking Robin. In that small rented bungalow, Robin finally comprehended the unthinkable reality. She had long thought she was queen of the Brown dynasty, but now she was background material for someone else's happily ever after. The premiere's final twist came with a shocking scene. Robin seated across from a sharp, skeptical lawyer, Vanessa Cortez. Placing TLC's press release on the table, Robin's voice trembled. They can't just cut me out. I've been part of this show for years. I'm part of its history. Vanessa leaned back, eyes narrowing. Maybe, but the question is, how much history is left to fight for? And that is the question that could well decide whether Robin slips quietly out of the limelight or unleashes the next incendiary chapter in this drama. Robin sat in the dim office across from her lawyer, desperation glinting in her eyes. The attorney leaned forward, talking gravely but persuasively. Legally, they can have you removed, but if we can establish that it was intended to hurt your reputation, then possibly, just possibly, you have a case. That idea ignited something. Robin clung to it immediately. Mary and Janelle, they've been conspiring against me for years. And that's when the first lawsuit threat was hurled like a grenade into TLC headquarters. Within a week, executives were staring down a thick legal notice, claims of defamation, emotional distress, wrongful eviction. Robin even hinted she would expose behind-the-scenes files, emails, production notes, and evidence of manipulated storylines. The network was rattled. Some pushed to settle quietly. Dana, the same executive who had iced Robin out before, scoffed, "Call her bluff. If she pushes, we'll respond with nuclear force." When Cody heard about the lawsuit, he lost it. "This is crazy. TLC is how we keep a roof over our heads, and you're going to blow it up." Robin's voice broke. "They turned me into a villain, and you stood by it." Their argument continued until neighbors reported hearing glass breaking. And as Robin and Cody went off the rails, Mary and Janelle struck their own punch. In a joint People magazine interview, they radiated calm strength. "We've had enough drama without creating more," Mary said pointedly. Janelle added, "We've made progress. Some just can't accept it." The implication was clear, and the public lapped it up. Robin looked bitter. Mary and Janelle looked like survivors. But TLC's attorneys didn't wait long. Robin's deposition was rushed, testifying her claims unraveled. On oath, she testified much of what she said was suspicion and not fact. Worse still, leaked internal messages showed she had pleaded with producers to set up tear-jerking scenes to make her more sympathetic. The consequences were immediate. Headlines screamed, "Robin Brown's TLC case collapses after exaggerations under oath." Robin lost overnight the last of her supporters, sponsors abandoned her, even family members no longer called back, and Cody, he couldn't be located for nights on end, with sightings of him sleeping at Mary's Inn. By the season's end, the contrast could not have been more pronounced. Cameras trailed Cody in another town, stiff laughing with Mary and Janelle, while Robin sat by herself at her kitchen table with bills that remained unpaid. Tearfully, she confessed, "I thought I'd be the last wife standing. Now I'm not even part of the family story." The episode closed with Robin in the dark, scrolling her phone, while across town Cody, Mary and Janelle laughed together at a restaurant. The sound of Robin's muffled sobs lingered into the credits. But if that was rock bottom, the premiere of Season 2 made it agonizingly apparent. Things could indeed get worse. The initial shot, Robin at 2 a.m. leaning over her kitchen counter, munching cereal directly from the box. Hair disheveled, bills stacked high behind her declared final notice. TLC had terminated her future paychecks, citing contractual breaches. Cody's earnings couldn't keep pace with the growing debt. Biting her tongue, Robin had to admit on tape, "I thought if I just stayed quiet and sweet, it would keep me safe. But nobody is coming to save me." As one final attempt at rehabilitating her image, she started a YouTube-like show, Second Chances with Robin. She filmed herself baking cookies, thrift shopping, preaching humility. A few defenders leapt to her side, but the responses ran amok with charges of fake tears. And then, naturally, there was her unfortunate mistake, gripping over the cost of bread while sporting a Cartier watch. The video went viral, and not in a good way. Robin had finished just as a surprise call turned everything upside down. The caller ID was unknown. She came close to letting it go to voicemail, but on the line was a familiar voice. "Robin, it's Christine." The same wife who had previously called her manipulative employed an unexpected calmness of tone. "I think we can help each other. No cameras. Meet me." Meanwhile, at a quaint coffee shop on the outskirts of town, Christine pushed a manila envelope down the table, production calendars, unfilmed logs, and off-the-record minutes from Cody's meetings with TLC executives. Robin's eyes went wide. Christine smiled. "This blows Cody's golden boy image. Leak it right, and we both get ahead." Robin warily inquired, "Why help me?" Christine took a sip of coffee, her response direct. "Because I don't want him to win, and you're the only one desperate enough to make it work." And thus the unlikely partnership was forged. Privately, Christine and Robin reviewed past documents. What Robin discovered was dynamite. Evidence of Cody yelling at crew, mouthing off to his own kids on set, even attempting to sabotage relatives' contracts for more money. Robin leaned in across the pages. "This is nuclear," Christine smiled. "Exactly, the big reveal." And then it did. Entertainment Tonight broadcast the bombshell. Cody Brown's off-camera tantrums exposed in leaked tapes. Fans were amazed as video rolled of Cody yelling at producers, demeaning Mary, and cursing his own kids. Social media erupted with hashtags such as Cody Exposed and Brown Family Truth. For the first time in years, the world wasn't laughing at Robin, it was gasping at Cody. Robin had been told, legally, yes, they can cut you off. But her lawyer offered that there was something more to it. What if this wasn't just a contract issue? What if they were attempting to discredit her? Instantly, there was new possibility. Robin had a cause to fight, and that's when the first bomb hit. A week later, a thick legal notice arrived at TLC headquarters. Robin was suing, citing emotional distress, wrongful eviction, and defamation. Worse still, she threatened to drop confidential files of staged scenes, producer manipulation, and on-camera misconduct. The executives panicked. Some argued for a quiet settlement. Others wanted to crush her completely. And at the center of it all? Dana, the same exec who had sidelined Robin before, coldly said, "Call her bluff. If she dares to proceed, we'll go nuclear." But it wasn't just the network that was furious. When Cody found out, he completely lost it. Pacing their rental living room, he shouted, "This show is the only thing keeping us afloat, and now you're going to destroy it with your lawsuit." That night, the argument culminated. Neighbors later said they heard screams, breaking glass, and Robin sobbing. But if Cody thought it could not get any worse, he was wrong. For Mary and Janelle were planning their attack. The very next week, the two women launched a joint PR campaign. In an interview with People magazine, Mary said, "We've had enough drama without creating more." Janelle added, "Some people just can't move forward." The implication was clear. They were pointing the finger directly at Robin. And it worked. The public saw Mary and Janelle as strong survivors, while Robin looked bitter and ungrateful. But TLC wasn't done yet. They took a hurried deposition of Robin. In court, under oath on the witness stand, she was compelled to concede that most of her accusations were suspicion rather than fact. Worse, producers distributed text messages in which Robin herself asked for staged scenes depicting her sympathetically. The harm was immediate. Tabloids headlined news like, "Robin Brown's case collapses, hyperbole exposed under oath." Sponsors abandoned her, family members stopped taking her calls, and Cody began avoiding her for days at a time. There were even rumors of his secretly spending time at Mary's Inn. And by the time the season finale aired, the image was devastating. Robin alone at her kitchen table, bills piling up, tears streaming as she whispered, "I thought I'd be the last wife standing. Now I'm not even part of the story." But if that looked like rock bottom, things were about to sink even lower. The new season opened with Robin at 2 a.m. Cold cereal in package, sweater smushed, hair unkempt, bills marked final notice stacked up behind her. Lawyers' fees had drained her bank account. TLC had cut back on her pay, accusing her of contract breach. And for the first time, Robin admitted it. "I thought if I was quiet and nice I'd be okay, but nobody's rescuing me." As a Hail Mary, she tried something different. Launching a social media series called Second Chances with Robin, she filmed herself out shopping at thrift stores, baking cookies, and talking about humility. The rebranding failed. She had posts full of derision for her supposedly weeping crocodile tears and faking sympathy. Then she went and made her worst mistake yet, bemoaning the price of bread while wearing a gold Cartier watch. The internet lost its mind. Robin had become a viral sensation for all the wrong reasons. And then, a call out of the blue turned everything around. It was a rainy afternoon that Robin's phone had rung. The number was unknown, but the voice on the other end took her to her knees. "Robin, it's Christine." Yes, that Christine who'd accused her of being manipulative on national TV. But now Christine had a proposition. "I think we can help each other. Meet me, no cameras." In a cozy coffee shop, Christine slid a manila envelope across the table. Inside were not yet published production diaries, past schedules, and private communications between Cody and TLC executives. Christine's voice was low. "This would kill Cody's golden boy image. If we leak it strategically, we both gain." Robin hesitated. "Why are you doing this for me?" Christine smiled smugly. "Because I don't want him to win, and you're the only one crazy enough to stand with me right now." And so, the two women were secretly aligned. Weeks later, Entertainment Tonight broke the news. Cody Brown's off-camera tantrums exposed. The Globe witnessed unprecedented footage of Cody screaming at producers, cursing his kids, and goading Mary. The internet was ablaze. Social media platforms were filled with hashtags like Cody Exposed and Family Truth, trending for days. TLC desperately attempted to halt the flow of the damage, but damage had already been inflicted, which ultimately led to the biggest blast yet to occur, the Brown Family Truth Summit. Set at a luxury resort in Sedona, the reunion looked like a mix of therapy circle and boxing match. Comfortable chairs, soft lighting, but cameras everywhere. The host, a tough investigative journalist, opened with a chilling promise. "We're here to burn bridges or clear the air. Either way, the truth will come out." Day 1 was civil. Cold smiles, polite jabs. But by day 2, Christine dropped the first bomb. "Cody, what's it called when you said to producers Mary's business was a waste of time?" Cody blushed. "That's taken out of context." Christine smiled and got her phone out, playing. Cody's voice filled the room, saying Mary's business was a dead end. Mary leaned back and smiled. Her vindication had finally arrived. But Mary wasn't done. She produced receipts, actual receipts, a neat folder full of proof of Cody having sent money to Robin and not revealing it to the group. The effect was stunning. Robin squirmed uncomfortably, Cody looked like he wanted to fade away, and the group gasped. By the final day, all respect had gone out the window. Janelle accused Cody of wielding loyalty as a club. Christine accused Robin of manipulation. Mary lashed out and said, "You walked in here with a knife and a smile." The fight heated up to the point that the host had to step in and stand between them physically. The cameras never stopped rolling. The last rap was utter chaos. Cody ripped off his mic and marched away, doors slamming shut so hard equipment shook. Robin trailed behind him, sobbing as Mary, Janelle and Christine hugged each other as if they'd never let go, half laughing, half relieved. And the last shot, Robin sobbing by herself as the 3 women marched away into the Sedona sunset. TLC wasn't finished twisting the knife, though. The reaction that ensued shocked the audience. A sport utility vehicle belonging to the sheriff's department drove up in front of Robin's rental vehicle. Police arrived with a court warrant. The home was being taken back. She must leave immediately. Cameras captured her shock, her cry, and the voice of her children in the background. Across town, Mary and Janelle sat in an attorney's office signing papers. They had been given shared ownership of Coyote Pass and full control of the family media royalty accounts, property Cody had channeled into Robin's company previously. It was the ultimate victory for Mary and Janelle. It was the ultimate embarrassment for Robin. And the blows continued to land. While Robin and Cody found an apartment in a quiet neighborhood, Mary and Janelle penned a book contract to tell their side. The publisher was starved for it all. Bank records, text messages, backroom gossip. Queried on whether there might be another lawsuit in the works, Janelle just smiled. "The truth is our defense." Meanwhile, Robin and Cody's confrontations grew more raucous, more frequent, more violent. Neighbors reported hearing Robin crying late at night. And then there was the reunion special. For the first time since the collapse, the whole family faced each other on live TV. The air was electric. Mary focused on Robin. "You manipulated Cody. You stole from this family. The court agrees." Robin's voice quivered. "I was trying to save us." Janelle swooped in, lightning fast. "Save us. You bled us dry." Social media erupted. J. Robin Exposed trended for hours. Fans called Cody and Robin's reputations destroyed. And as the credits rolled, one thing was clear. This wasn't reality TV anymore. This was war. So what do you guys think? Was Robin a victim or the mastermind behind her own demise? Comment below and don't forget to subscribe for more shocking insider gossip on Brown family drama.